What if the Enlightenment we're all searching for, what if it's not some big dramatic thing in the future, but something like already present in our everyday lives right now? Like, what if the miraculous and the mundane are kind of two sides of the same experience? Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going deep into this really interesting idea, the gateway of intelligent infinity as ordinary life. We'll be using the teachings of Ra and also some insights from Carla Ruger.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful concept, right? This idea that connecting to intelligent infinity, which is like a core idea in the law of one, it's not about some, out of this world experience. It's more about recognizing it within like the normal everyday stuff we all do.
Yep.
We're basically exploring how the teachings suggest that the extraordinary is kind of hidden within the ordinary.
Yeah, exactly. So, what we're trying to do today is unpack this idea for you that tapping into intelligent infinity, it's not about chasing some kind of spiritual high, but about seeing its presence in our daily routines. Hopefully, what you'll get out of this is a new way of looking at your everyday life, maybe finding more peace, more joy, and a deeper understanding of your spiritual journey. Not through some big external event, but by recognizing the profound in, the simple stuff. So let's dive in.
A great place to start, I think, is with Ra's own words on this. They say, to the one who has carefully opened the door to intelligent infinity, this is ordinary, this is commonplace. This is as it should be. The life experience becomes somewhat transformed. The great work goes on. What jumps out at you in that quote?
I think the contrast between what we expect and what it actually is really stands out. We tend to think of spiritual breakthroughs as these huge life-changing events, but Ra's calling it ordinary, commonplace. It's like almost anticlimactic. And the phrase carefully open the door makes me think that while it's not dramatic, it does require intention, a real process, probably involving inner balance.
Right, exactly. Carefully opened definitely points to a consistent effort to create inner harmony.
Hmm.
And what you get isn't some temporary high, but a fundamental shift in how you experience daily life. It's a transformation, as they say, but it's subtle. It's less about the ups and downs and more about a consistent underlying awareness. Think about it, those moments when you feel deep peace doing simple things, maybe feeling the sun on your skin, tasting your coffee, the quiet company of someone you love. Could these be like little glimpses of the mystical and the ordinary?
Wow, yeah, it really changes how you see those moments, doesn't it? We often rush through them, but maybe these simple things, if we do them mindfully, are actually profound experiences in disguise. And Ra also talks about how this connection feels. The contact with intelligent infinity is most likely to produce an unspeakable joy in the entity experiencing such contact. That word unspeakable, I think that's really important.
It is, isn't it? Unspeakable seems to point to something internal, a deep peace and contentment that goes beyond words. It's not like, shouting from the rooftops, joy, but a deep inner resonance.
Exactly. Not like jumping up and down, but more like a quiet understanding, a feeling that everything is right. Have you ever felt that kind of joy so profound and personal that you just couldn't put it into words? The text seems to suggest that these could be those subtle connections to intelligent infinity we're talking about.
It definitely makes you want to like look inward, doesn't it?
Mhm.
And it broadens our idea of what a spiritual experience can be. And then there's this, Ra says. There are many things which fall away in the many, many steps of adepthood. We of Ra still walk these steps and praise the one infinite creator at each transformation. It's really humbling to think that even a being like Ra sees spiritual growth as this ongoing process.
Yeah, it challenges that idea of enlightenment as some destination you arrive at. It's continuous, a constant refinement, and it's about appreciating the small steps, praising the creator at each transformation.
That leads to a really important question for you to think about.
Yeah.
What if true spiritual maturity isn't about achieving something extraordinary, but about being fully present in, like, everyday situations? Imagine being calm in a traffic jam, truly listening to a friend without thinking about what you're going to say, or cooking a meal with gratitude. Could these be expressions of a deep connection to intelligent infinity?
It really makes you rethink what's spiritual, doesn't it? It's not about escaping the everyday, it's about finding the sacred within it. So, how do we start cultivating this awareness? Ray offers some guidance. The proper role of the entity is in this density to experience all things desired, to then analyze, understand, and accept these experiences, distilling from them the love light within them. So, it's like our everyday lives, with all their ups and downs, become our learning ground.
What I find interesting is the emphasis on engaging with everything to experience all things desired. It's not about avoiding parts of life, but jumping right in. And then there's that crucial step, to analyze, understand, and accept with the intention of finding the love light in every experience.
It's like life is this constant process of refining ourselves, and we're meant to be active participants, observing, understanding, and extracting what's valuable from it all. There's even a practical suggestion. Try bringing spiritual attention to something you do routinely, something almost mindless, like brushing your teeth or taking a sip of water. Just be fully present in that moment and see what you notice.
That's a really powerful and doable suggestion. Bringing awareness to the automatic, it might open us up to deeper insights. Now let's think about how this gateway to intelligent infinity actually opens. Ross says, the spirit complex is a channel. When body and mind are receptive and open, then the spirit can become a functioning shuttle to intelligent infinity. To others, there may appear to be miracles. To the one who has carefully opened the door to intelligent infinity, this is ordinary, this is commonplace, this is as it should be. This really highlights how important inner balance is.
Absolutely. It's like our spirit is a conduit, but how well it works depends on how receptive and open our body and mind are. We need to create the right conditions internally for this connection to happen. And again, for someone who's done that inner work, it's not a miracle, but their natural state of being.
The image of a clear channel really works here. If there's any blockage in the body or mind stress, limiting beliefs, physical issues, the flow is going to be restricted. It seems like spiritual growth might not be about these big achievements, but about aligning ourselves with the flow of life, removing those internal obstacles.
I really like that. It shifts the focus from forcing things to allowing them to unfold. So what is this intelligent infinity at the heart of it all? Ra describes it as something fundamental. There is unity. This unity is all that there is. This unity has a potential and kinetic. The potential is intelligent infinity. So it's the untapped potential within the oneness of all existence.
Exactly. It's not some separate thing out there,
Yeah.
but the foundation of everything, the source of everything. Connecting to it isn't about reaching some external point, but about aligning ourselves with this basic rhythm of unity.
It's like tuning into the fundamental frequency of the universe. And the text suggests we can sense this potential not as an abstract concept, but in our breath, our heartbeat, our simple presence right here, right now.
It makes it very real, very immediate, doesn't it? It's not just for gurus on mountaintops. It's the essence of who we are, available in every moment. Now, how do we know when we're connecting to this intelligent infinity? Rod gives us some clues. The experience of each entity is unique in its perception of intelligent infinity. Most often we'll perceive this experience as one of unspeakable profundity. The desire to communicate or use this experience to aid others is extremely strong. So it seems like depth and a desire to serve are key aspects.
Right, that unspeakable profundity reminds us of that earlier point about joy beyond words. But what's really important is that it doesn't lead to isolation. It creates a strong urge to connect, to share, to help others. It's like this energy that naturally flows outward.
It challenges that idea of the enlightened person who retreats from the world. Instead, a genuine connection with the infinite seems to create a deeper engagement with life, more compassion, and a natural desire to help others. And this takes us back to that idea that spiritual awakening can happen in our everyday acts of kindness and presence, genuinely offering help, being truly present with someone, even cooking a meal with love.
It's all coming together, isn't it? The ordinary becoming the vehicle for the extraordinary. And Rao reminds us that the spirit complex is central to this. The spirit complex is the channel. Consciousness may be funneled to the gateway of intelligent infinity through the balanced intelligent energy of body and mind. Let's go back to that image of a garden hose. If our minds are cluttered, our body's out of balance, it restricts the flow.
Exactly. It's not about forcing the flow, but about clearing those blockages, creating an open channel. There's even a simple practice suggested. Take a moment to focus on your breath. Bring your attention to balance and silently say to yourself, I am the channel. The one flows through me.
Let's try that for a second. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Just feeling that sense of being a channel. Okay, bringing our attention back. Now let's go back to that main quote. To others, there may appear to be miracles. To the one who has carefully opened the door to intelligent infinity, this is ordinary, this is commonplace, this is as it should be. The life experience becomes somewhat transformed. The great work goes on. For someone who's done this inner work, what others see as miracles are just the natural unfolding of a reality that's inherently sacred.
It's a huge shift in perspective. Imagine someone who's gone through tough times and now finds deep joy in simple things, a walk in nature, a good conversation. To others, their joy seems amazing considering what they've been through, but for them, it's become normal, their natural state, because they've realigned with the flow of life. and RAW points to the force behind this. It is necessary to consider the enabling function of the focus known as love. This energy is of an ordering nature.
Love, the ultimate organizer of the universe. It's not just an emotion, it's the force that brings order and sacredness to everything. And this changes how we see our daily lives, suggesting that even small acts done with love connect us directly to this infinite source.
Absolutely. Think about those times you've put love into a simple task, caring for a pet, helping a neighbor. Didn't those moments feel different, like you were connected to something bigger? The text suggests we see those experiences as direct encounters with intelligent infinity, made possible by love.
It all comes back to that idea of the ordinary becoming extraordinary through intention and awareness. And Carla Ruger, in her own reflections, captures this so well. To me, the daily things are the most holy. The washing up, the chores, the errands, all moves in rhythm, and we are just part of that symphony of all life that shares energy back and forth. The living of a devotional life, right in the busy midst of everything, is ample and perfect service. It's a powerful statement of this core idea.
What's so great about Carla's words is that they come from her own life. She's not just talking theory, she's sharing how she lives this understanding.
Yeah.
The idea of a devotional life not as something separate, but as fully engaging with the world with reverence that seems key. Presence becomes the gateway.
It redefines spiritual, doesn't it? It's not about escaping the world. It's about entering it fully, seeing the sacred in every moment. It makes me think of the monks in the marketplace, people living spiritual principles while being part of everyday life.
That's a great analogy. It takes us back to Razi's basic definition. There is unity. This unity is all that there is. This unity has a potential and kinetic. The potential is intelligent infinity. It's this ever-present unity that's the foundation of everything.
It's the ground of being. Intelligent infinity isn't something we need to struggle to reach. It's the potential within this unity, always present, inside us and all around us. It's in our breath, in every act of kindness.
And this brings us back to that core question. What if what we're looking for isn't far away, but already here? What if reaching it is less about effort and more about remembering our connection to this unity?
It's a fundamental shift from striving to remembering. And Ra describes intelligent infinity as having its own rhythm. Intelligent infinity has a rhythm or flow as of a giant heart, vast and silent. The rhythms are clothed in mystery, for they are being itself.
It's interesting how there's no drama here, isn't it? It's a silent flow, a constant loving awareness.
It really is. The giant heart is such a powerful image, a steady pulse underlying everything, and the idea that miracles can go unnoticed because they're so quiet and pervasive, that's pretty deep. It's like that image of a mystic who's not looking for visions, but tuning into the subtle pulse of the earth, remembering their connection to it. So how do we cultivate this attunement, Ross suggests? The gateway to intelligent infinity is born of the sympathetic vibration and balance state accompanying the will to serve, the will to seek. It's that combination of inner harmony with a loving intention to serve and a genuine desire to understand.
It's a beautiful combination. Inner balance creates the space, while the will to serve and seek guides us towards that opening of the gateway. It makes you think about those times you felt both peace and a desire to help others. The text seems to say that in those moments you were close to that gateway.
It's a comforting thought. It makes the spiritual path feel less like a struggle and more like an unfolding. And Ra talks about the role of catalyst in our lives. Catalyst is programmed for its unique requirements. Thus, it is desirable that a mind-body-spirit complex be aware of and hearken to the voice of its experiential catalyst. So it's like our everyday experiences, even the difficult ones, aren't random.
Exactly. They're opportunities specifically designed for us to grow and awaken to this unity. That unexpected problem, that moment of frustration, they're not just roadblocks. They're potential doorways for learning.
Instead of avoiding these challenges, we're invited to hearken to the voice of our experience, to ask what it's teaching us, to see it as a gateway. And when it comes to enlightenment, Ra is very clear. We cannot offer shortcuts to enlightenment. Enlightenment is, of the moment, an opening to intelligent infinity. Who can know when an entity will open the gate to the present? That emphasis on the present moment is so important.
What stands out is that the gateway isn't somewhere in the future. It's available now. It's not about forcing things, but about being ready and present.
And so much of our everyday life, a moment of stillness, a strong emotion, a sudden insight brings us into the present moment. Maybe those aren't just random events, but the gateway itself, opening and closing in our lives. Ra reminds us about the purpose of being here. The purpose of incarnative existence is evolution. Catalyst is programmed. designed for the mind-body-spirit complex for its unique requirements. It really highlights the personal nature of our journey.
It reinforces that idea that our lives, with all their details and challenges, aren't accidents. They're designed to help us awaken. So when you face a seemingly impossible problem, maybe it's not blocking your path, but offering a unique gateway to cultivate deeper presence.
And how should we approach these experiences? Ra advises. The proper role of the entity is to experience all things desired, to then analyze, understand, and accept these experiences, distilling from them the love light within them. Nothing shall be overcome. That which is not needed falls away. It's about embracing life, learning from it, accepting it, and finding the wisdom in it, rather than trying to escape or conquer it.
That phrase, nothing shall be overcome, is powerful. It's a shift from struggling and resisting to allowing and understanding. The focus is on distilling the love light, finding the value in everything. So, listener, think about this. Could your everyday routines, getting ready in the morning, doing your daily tasks, be a place to practice bringing sacred attention, a place to distill the love light?
Carla Ruger's words really resonate with that. To me, the daily things are the most holy, the washing up, the chores, the errands. The living of a devotional life, right in the busy midst of everything, is ample and perfect service. It's that same idea, finding the sacred in the everyday.
What I find encouraging is her focus on devotional life in the busy midst of everything. It's not about needing hours of meditation, but about weaving reverence and presence into our daily lives. The text even suggests a practice. Be fully present while washing your hands and say to yourself, this is holy, and see how your perception changes.
It's a beautiful way to make the ordinary sacred. And Carla goes on to say, just the simple living of an everyday life is sacramental when the person is living with that consciousness of all is love, humming its tune beneath our words and thoughts. The daily things are the most holy, the washing up, the chores, the errands. That phrase, all is love, humming its tune beneath our words and thoughts, it really captures the essence of an underlying reality.
It's a fundamental vibration of love that's everywhere. When we tune into it, even simple actions become sacred. Think about those everyday acts, like a parent caring for a child, a friend offering support, their holy moments, sacraments of daily life.
And this devotional living, Carla says, has a ripple effect. The living of a devotional life, right in the busy midst of everything, is ample and perfect service. It is what we came here to do. As we let love flow through us, others change, and as they open their hearts, the circle of light grows. Our inner state affects the world around us.
Exactly. It's not about big actions. It's about the flow of love in our daily interactions. Every moment of presence, every act of kindness contributes to a larger field of consciousness. So think about this. Where in your life can you let love flow more freely through your attention, your words, your actions?
This idea of service brings us to a core principle. There is identity, there is completion and unity. Therefore, that which is felt of a negative nature towards a sheep of the flock is felt towards oneself and is felt toward the Creator. It really emphasizes the interconnectedness of everyone.
It's a reminder that every act of service, no matter how small, is service to the one, to all of creation. It's aligning with that fundamental unity. And it's interesting to think about those people whose simple acts of love have created big changes that shows the impact of these ordinary gestures.
And how do we cultivate this awareness, this connection to the infinite in our daily lives? The text offers a suggestion. It begins as a simple process, and little by little, it becomes a way in which you live. Observe it as you progress along your own spiritual path. It's about meditation, but not just as a practice, but as a way of being present throughout our day.
Yes, meditation can become a way of being, a way of seeing the world. It helps us recognize the infinite in every moment, the sacredness that's already there. The text even invites us to a brief presence pause, focusing on our breath and the holiness of this moment.
Let's take a moment for that. Breathing in awareness, breathing out gratitude, feeling the sacredness of this moment. Okay, back to Carla Ruger, who sums this up so beautifully. Our main mission here is simply to live, to breathe the air, and to let the love within us flow. Just the simple living of an everyday life is sacramental when the person is living with that consciousness of all is love, humming its tune beneath our words and thoughts. It's a profound but simple message.
It brings us full circle. Our purpose isn't some big spiritual quest, but simply living with an open heart, letting love flow. When we see all is love as the underlying reality, our ordinary actions become spiritual acts, sacraments of our daily lives. So think about this. Where in your life does love already hum beneath the surface? And how can you express it more consciously?
And in a world that can be tough, Carla offers a powerful perspective. There is no greater service than being yourself in this sometimes refractory world. It's not about trying to be perfect or fitting some ideal.
It's liberating, isn't it? The gateway isn't about achieving perfection. It's about being authentic. When we're genuine, when we let our love and light shine, we become clear channels for that infinite energy. Imagine someone who, just by being themselves, transformed the people around them.
And our individual expressions of love contribute to something bigger, as Carla says. As we let love flow through us, others change, and as they open their hearts, the circle of light grows. Do I hear the sound of global mind being born? It's about how our individual acts of love create a collective shift.
Absolutely. The sacredness of our lives isn't just personal, it has a global impact. Every moment of open-hearted living helps create this global mind of light.
Right.
So listener, your love, your everyday kindness is a vital part of this interconnected web of consciousness.
And finally, Hayton, another voice from the Confederation, reminds us all things that are generated by the Creator. He is all things and is in all places. All of the consciousness and all of the thought that exists is the thought of our Creator. It really brings home the presence of the divine in everything.
What's powerful is there's no separation. Every moment, every thought exists within the Creator's awareness. It's seeing the infinite not as something distant, but as intimately connected to who we are. Let's try a short meditation. I am the thought of the Creator. I am love. I am light.
Take a breath and hold that thought. I'm the thought of the Creator. I am love. I am light.
Feeling that connection. Bringing our focus back, RAW revisits the experience of connecting with intelligent infinity.
Mhm.
The contact with intelligent infinity is most likely to produce an unspeakable joy in the entity experiencing such contact. Rather, the desire to communicate or use this experience to aid others is extremely strong. It's that joy and that desire to serve.
It shows that true awakening isn't about retreating from the world, but engaging with it from a place of joy and a desire to help. It's about living that connection in our everyday lives. Think of joy not as fleeting moments of happiness, but as a more constant state of being, a quiet peace that guides our actions.
And Ross says something incredibly profound. You are everything, every being, every emotion, every event, every situation. You are unity. You are infinity. You are love, light, light, love. You are.
It's a powerful affirmation of our oneness with everything.
This is the key realization, isn't it? We are not separate from the gateway to intelligent infinity. We are the gateway. Every moment of presence, every act of love is the infinite creator knowing itself. Think about even the most ordinary things you do, cooking, talking with a friend, just being present with your thoughts as the infinite creator experiencing itself.
And finally, Ra comes back to that idea of rhythm. Intelligent infinity has a rhythm or flow as of a giant heart, beingness without polarity, until all is coalesced. It's about finding our rhythm within this universal flow.
Exactly. When we cultivate balance, mind, body, and spirit, our personal rhythm aligns with this larger heartbeat. We don't enter the gateway. We become the gateway as we resonate with this fundamental pulse of existence. Let's do one last meditation. Focus on your heartbeat and connect it to the pulse of the universe.
Let's take a moment for that. Feeling our heart beating, connecting it to the heart of the cosmos. And in closing, Ra offers this thought about healing. Perhaps the greatest healer is within the self and may be tapped with continued meditation, as we have suggested. The will, the seeking, the desire of the entity may be said to operate without regard to time. It's about the power of our inner journey.
It tells us that the deepest healing is within us, accessible through stillness and aligning our will, our seeking, and our desires. So think about the places where you're already whole, where love has been healing you through everyday presence.
As we wrap up this deep dive, remember, you don't need to escape the world to find the sacred. The infinite is present in your everyday life. Look at your daily routines with new awareness, seeking that sacred ordinary. How can you bring more presence, more love to the simplest things?
Because you are the temple, you are the channel, and you are the miracle made ordinary through the beautiful process of inner alignment.